Hello friends, my name is Elali Frankaute and you are welcome to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time here, please hit on the subscription button and let's build this community together. Without wasting your time, let's go straight into the reason why we are here. I'm sure you've read news online that the FA has paused the league until 14th October because AshGold has secured an injunction and has placed an injunction on the ongoing Ghana Premier League. We are going to make sense out of it, the background story, and basically why we are here. So let's start with why we are here. I'm sure you remember that AshGold and Interlice were demoted by the Ghana Football Association to Division 2 after both clubs were found guilty of engaging in what the FA described as match manipulation. And when the decision was made, AshGold has shown clearly that they are not happy with that particular decision and have used every avenue that they can to challenge the FA's decision. They did that from the FA's appeals committee and they were not successful with it, and then they chose to go to court. One will say that yes, if I am not happy in Ghana, then the right place I should go is to take anybody to court. Yes, that is true. But the other aspect is that anybody who is part of the Ghana Football Association or football as a whole, you are not required to go to court because football as a body has its own judiciary processes. And that is, if you exhaust the domestic ways, the next thing you go to is the Court of Arbitration of Sports, which is CAS. Ideally, or what we were expecting AshGold to do, or anybody who has not been happy with any decision in football, what you go, or where you go is CAS. So AshGold, instead of going to CAS, decided to secure an injunction from an open court. And after they got the injunction, now the FA is forced to pause the league. Basically, that is why. AshGold was banned for engaging in match manipulation, demoted, and then the people at AshGold said they are not happy, decided to challenge it, went to court, secured an injunction placed on the league. That is it. Now let's go into details of it and the effect of it. I'm going to start from the basic, which is the football industry. I personally work in the football, apart from my job as a freelancer, I personally work in a football industry, in a football club. When I started working in a football club, I find myself in a situation where there was COVID-19. In that period, I appreciated what it means not to have proper football going on, and also the uncertainty around football. Anybody in the football industry will be hit badly, irrespective of where you find yourself and the position you find yourself politically. The football community is one that involves everybody. One thing that has been a problem of the Ghana Football Association that they have battled with is that in the last 4 seasons, we've not been sure that we are going to have a successful season without somebody taking the FA to court. So what we're all scared of is basically what is happening. And it's a storyline that we have seen before. Because it's been so many times that we start the league and we are not sure that the league is going to start. It's going to continue, I should say. And this is what is happening again. And now we've played 3 or 4 seasons without a title sponsor. The FA successfully manages to secure a sponsor in the person of Bet Power and a few ones. And now there's an injunction. And I understand that when the FA were trying to get a lot of money from Bet Power, the argument that Bet Power used to reduce the amount is that we are not even certain that we are going to finish your league. And this is where we are. It is because members of the association has failed to respect the basic rules or the basic ways of going around so far as judicial decisions are concerned. And that is a major problem. I am not a lawyer. I won't pretend to be a lawyer, and I don't imply to make a statement that will come back as contempt of court. But I'm just making an argument, an analysis that if we don't use the right processes in football and in dealing with our internal disputes, at the end of the day, everybody in the football community becomes a culprit of it. Yes, just AshGold has taken the Ghana Football Association to court, but football clubs clubs were preparing for weekend because today is Thursday. There are clubs that will be traveling away that, as at this point, have paid for hotels and all that. Are they going to get a refund from the hotels that they've paid to, and the clubs that have made preparation towards their weekend match day? All this is going to come to an end. So the clubs are going to get hit badly. And the FA has said that October 14th. What is the guarantee that October 14th, the matter will come to an end, that the FA will successfully go ahead with the Premier League? As a matter of fact, the people that get affected hugely is the playing body, because their job is solely directed to match days. With this 2-week period that the players, there will be no match weekend for 2 weeks, are we going to work? And how are these players going to work that at the end of the month they are going to be paid? Because the clubs don't pay them to train and train without knowing what is going to happen. And if we are not careful, this might go at the end of the year. Another thing is that, remember that you are in a World Cup year. The fact that you are in a World Cup year simply means that our calendar needs to be adjusted enough that we'll go on a break to come in, to go on a break to watch the World Cup or to participate in the World Cup, because there's no way you can go on and play your Ghana Premier League or go on and play your league while there's a World Cup. So simply, the FA also needs to adjust its league to make sure that they go on a break when the World Cup is going on. How do you plan to go on a break before the first kickoff of the World Cup that you don't get affected by the World Cup? Also, we are in a country where we are trying everything possible to adjust our league and synchronize our league with that of the Europeans. At this period, we are not and will never be able to achieve that, because our calendar never continues, because definitely, someone say, dolly, somebody will take you to court. It is because if someone is not happy with the decision, the person will go to court and get an injunction and put on their league instead of going to CAS. The next thing is the football fan. When you check social media, the first thing that everybody is saying that, oh, no problem, Champions League is coming, English Premier League is coming. That is the truth. Our league is not at the level of the English. When the English Premier League went on break for the Queen's barrier, football fans were not happy, they were furious. Here, it is not like our league is not that level where if you don't play, people will not be happy with it. There's Champions League, there's English Premier League, there's La Liga. There's so many leagues that are accessible on TV that people are getting access to watch it for free. So if you do that, the football fan that you are trying to win moves away from watching your league to go and watch the English Premier League. And at the end of the day, you win 3 souls and they go back to their first lap. And that is where we find ourselves. We are trying to win souls, but at the end of the day, we are also doing things that push them away. It's like a church trying to win souls, and you also go back and do things that will sack them. You bring the people, and others are sacking them out. Basically, that is what is happening to us. So we find ourselves in and also sponsorship. The last one is sponsorship. If I'm a owner of a club, a company, or the marketing manager of a company, and I want to invest in something, a product that its own people are always fighting themselves. A product that its own people will come together and make sure that it doesn't successfully continue. A product that you are not even sure of its starts and end. Nobody will invest in that. Not even the Santa. And at the end of the day, that is our problem. We make 2 steps forward, 3 steps backwards. And that is where we find ourselves now. Because if I'm the marketing manager of Bet Power, that I've invested in the Ghana Premier League and I've invested in branding and all that, and I've planned my marketing activities in the month of October, I have to stop. And the uncertainty and the inconsistency around our league is basically the reason why we can't continue and get more sponsorship. So for me, I'm telling you today that this is never good for the clubs, for the players, for the supporters, for the people in the communities that they saw Koscielny Meko, they saw Gary and Beans, they saw Gobe, they saw Wache at the stadium and all that. These guys will struggle because there's somebody where Kotoko is going to play Kinfesa this weekend. Kinfesa have done their marketing. The woman who sells Koscielny Meko has bought 2 crates instead of 1. the woman is going to prepare for it. At this point, he has been hit. Someone is somewhere preparing for how Kotoko is going to make money from Kotoko's home game. At the end of the day, nobody can plan. That is a problem. My worry is how can we structure our league and be able to finish the first round before the World Cup. Anyway, let me know what you also think in the comment section. But I'm really not happy with it. I'm not happy. No, I'm not saying AshGold or any other person who works in football don't have the rights to express yourself when you think you are not being treated fairly. But I beg, let's use the right channels. If not, if a referee gives me a yellow card and I think it's not good and I'm suspended from a game and I'm not happy, just take the FA to court and get an injunction and come and play on the league. Anyway, in the FA's constitution, it is stated clearly that if you take a matter of football to an open court, you get banned automatically from it. So in the few days, we are going to see what is going to happen. But let me know what you also think in the comment section. My name is Delali Frankaute. Until we meet again, bye-bye for now.